Hello and welcome back. This is going to be a marginal review of this wonderful casita. My friend Bob, who we've met, in all fairness, Bob and I have met on 2 or 3 other occasions.
I think we met last year
at this event.
At this event.
And then at Quartzsite.
At Quartzsite,
yeah. And Bob is an intriguing fellow because a lot of people will purchase these trailers, or any RV really, but what you've done with this thing is pretty outstanding.
Oh, thank you.
And it's well, and I feel like a lot of the modifications, like I've followed people who have lifted them and welded different axles and done these big structural things that require a lot of skill. And you've kind of worked your way. There are some skill, like the Lagoon table we'll probably discuss, and that sort of thing, which requires some elbow grease and like know how to use tools. But a lot of the things that you've done in your modifications, anybody could do. Yeah. If you just knew about them.
Yeah, and my biggest thing is that I've just paid attention on what I've seen on the forums and on Facebook. And,
right.
And
you've come to. So one of the things I love about this event, obviously this being the first one I did attend, we both have been to Quartzsite. Is there's a ton of people out there like yourself, or even myself to a lesser extent, that have modified what Casita produced or what any fiberglass people produced. And so just the specifics on your Casita is
We've got a 2018 Liberty Deluxe.
Okay, was this your first Casita or your first fiberglass? Okay.
Yeah.
Liberty Deluxe is different than my Spirit because I've got the rear bed and a few different things, right?
Right. We've got the basically the 2 side beds.
Right. Which again,
which are more narrow than the other version of this particular trailer, which is the Independence, which has the wider twin bed size.
Correct.
Or the 30-inch size, whereas this is more narrow. So,
Carrie, who I think you've watched her videos, has the same model as what you guys have. She has a newer one.
She's got the Independence.
Is that different than yours?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just knew it had the twin beds, and forgive me for my lack of understanding. But you've had your 2018 since it was new.
Right.
The question I asked you this morning was that, like when I was making my decision to buy a Casita specifically, or this type of travel trailer, it was based in large part, on me not having to purchase a new vehicle. But you kind of told me you guys just did it all at once.
Well, we did it all at once. We, like so many people, that get into the Casitas or finally go to a trailer. I mean, we were tent campers, growing up for years, and then we went on a extended tent camping trip back in like 2016, and that was so it ended up being a little bit more work than finally that we wanted. So oddly enough, where we were camping at Grand Canyon North Rim at the time, there was a Casita that was right next to us.
Oh, okay.
And so they kind of gave us a little tour, and that's kind of exposed us to
what was possible.
What was possible, exactly.
Now, did you guys go to Texas to get this, or did you have it delivered?
Yeah,
so
we went to Texas,
Oh, very cool. Yeah. I'm always envious of that experience, to actually go to the factory and get to interface with the folks. So you order it kind of sight unseen.
Exactly.
And you drive to Texas, you pick the thing up.
Yeah. Now, we did a lot of research and stuff, because we tried we rented other small trailers, teardrops, and things like that, just to kind of get a feel.
Dana and I were looking at like the tabs at one point.
We did this exact same thing.
Yeah.
We tried a couple of those and decided, then that whole process took a year or so, just trying to experimenting, see what our next step might be.
So you had some pretty serious due diligence before you jumped into this.
We just didn't. In fact, I ended up getting the names of the people from Grand Canyon, and I called them a year later saying, "Do you remember us?" And I'd like to come see your Casita again. She said, "Well, it's not for sale, but no, I just want to see it again."
Sure.
So anyway, that was kind of the, and that kind of got us going in the Casita direction.
Yeah. So, as I've mentioned before, to you in person, but certainly on this video, you've done a lot of modifications, I think both of our, we meet a lot of, we've both been to these rallies, and a lot of people, almost everyone modifies their Casita to some extent. But it seems like you've really kind of gone a few extra steps on a few different things. I just can't keep taking. So you can't see it in the camera, but Bob polished this trailer, and it is insane. It's
I
like
just
a mirror.
recently did this
Oh my
because
God.
it had been exposed for the last 4 years, and I had, what kind of got me going on it though is that I had actually a hole in the roof where the gel coat
Oh, okay.
kind of got weak. There was a bubble underneath there.
Okay.
And so I just kind of did some research and figured out how to repair it.
Uh-huh.
And then part of the bigger process was, well, once I got that repair done, then it was really time to go ahead and learn about how to buff out a fiberglass.
Oh yeah. No, I've
So
gone down this rabbit hole a little bit because mine needs to be buffed out.
Yeah.
And
so
this finish
I
is inspiring.
I watched a lot of YouTubes on boats and stuff, and and figured it out. So
Did you use 3M products or McGuire's, or do you remember?
I used 3M products for the heavier compounding, and then I used the McGuire's premium wax.
Okay, yeah, there's a whole system there. At least in the videos that I've reviewed.
Yeah.
And you obtained a buffer of some sort.
Yeah, I ended up getting a rotary buffer.
Uh-huh.
And using the wool pads.
Okay.
I really can't see how you cannot do it without that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, there are people that use foam pads or.
Yeah. It really worked to use learn how to do it.
Spend the extra money to get the wool pads and the commercial type buffer, or maybe like a car detailer would use.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway,
but yeah, and so you guys have had this. You've been to this rally a couple times. How did you pick out a Ford F-150 as your tow vehicle?
We were actually looking at something smaller because we've had Toyotas before, and maybe the Tacoma or something like that. So, but anyway, we went with the F-150 just because it gave us a little bit more size.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's valid.
Yeah.
It's very valid. And, and again,
even the two of us, and I knew I wanted to, bring some stuff in the back of the bed and stuff. So.
Oh, I miss not having a pickup every time we go somewhere because, the 4Runner's not a tiny vehicle by any stretch, but that cargo area in the rear hatch is problematic if you have a lot of stuff to put out, chairs and whatever. Yeah. So the pickup I think is a pretty strong choice.
Yeah,
and, and I think the F-150s are a fine vehicle.
Yeah,
I mean,
it works out fine for us. All good.
So on the outside of your guys' view, but maybe I'll lay a clip in here for sure. You have the front storage. I've forgotten what it's called. The platform.
Oh, the Stromberg.
Yeah, generator platform.
Yeah.
Similar to my trailer.
Yeah.
With a box. And is that something you saw somewhere, or how did you decide on that? Because I plagiarized from either you or somebody else I saw on YouTube.
And I probably did the same on my side too. It's just it just came up as a different way because I wanted to get some of the stuff out of the back of the truck, stuff that because I'm always kind of still getting in the way in the back of the truck. So it's like okay, so let's just so I decided to go ahead and go that route. And that was one of the more recent modifications. We went for quite a few years without it.
Okay. Because obviously I met you last year. You had it on there last year.
Yeah.
I think I had mine last year too. And then obviously you have the storage box. Unlike my storage box, I've made plenty of videos on my trailer, but mine's a top opening kind of traditional tongue box for a utility trailer type setup. You actually have a front opening one, which frankly is much more convenient.
Yeah, I did.
I'm not a super tall guy.
I did want to go that route. I saw that you had to flip the Stromberg the tray over.
Yeah.
It's for the little bit larger box to fit. And I was paying attention because I initially had the vinyl sewer hose down on the tongue.
Right.
And so I wanted to kind of keep that arrangement. So I went ahead and kind of figured out, just where am I going to put that?
Right.
And so I was able to come up with a way of just mounting it back onto the
on the rear side of it.
on the rear side of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously,
So
Bob and I have the same setup, so it's easy for me to picture the whole thought process in how I went about mine.
Yeah.
Well, and the upside is you don't have to bend down to get the sewer hose.
Yeah,
it's like
that
right
too.
there at
That
chest
too.
level, and
Yeah,
it pulls out super easy.
So.
And it's very, very convenient. You had done something, so this has the factory Fiamma awning on it.
It does. And
When you and I were in Quartzsite, you had some crazy way of tying this guy down.
Again, there's a lot of people that make these a little bit stronger. I like setting this up when we arrive if we're going to be here for a few days.
Sure.
And I like setting it up so that it's,
sturdy
and not going. So one of the things that you need to do is or what I felt is that you need to put these painter poles on the outside.
Okay.
To give it the rigidity that you can kind of.
Oh, you can't even tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's right up above my head here.
So
Okay.
once you pull the awning out, you can then wheel it back in and it'll lock into place.
Sure.
And become very stable that way. So.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, it's just a matter of really staking these.
The outside
corners.
Yeah, because obviously you don't have yours on the sides here. They're on the ground.
Yeah.
And out of the view of the camera again, but you've got some healthy tent stakes or something like that in there.
In fact, I got the idea from Gene on the forum.
Oh, okay.
Those are like 18-inch concrete stakes.
Oh, wow. I'm looking at the top 2 inches of them. So
it's the ones that are holding the like that one over there is holding it.
The rebar type.
The rebar type of.
Yeah.
So that's what really provides the strength.
Okay. All right.
Those things aren't going to pull out of the ground anytime soon. So
now, what about the spring arrangement? Is that something you had to purchase?
Well, when I got these straps, it comes as a kit.
Oh, okay.
Okay, a tie-down kit that is real common with out in the market for tying down awnings. Okay, so the straps and all the springs and their version of a stake,
right,
is all part of the kit. So
okay.
So I just kind of modified the stake part of it. I'm using all the springs.
And I think that's what stood out in my mind from when I saw you in Quartzsite is you had it rigged up a little different than we're sitting here today.
Yeah.
But was like, oh, that's genius because the strap never loses tension.
Right.
Because it's held in place by a spring.
Yeah. And then it's not windy here this trip.
Currently,
so I've got another strap that can go up and over the top.
Oh, and tie it to the painter poles?
And it goes around the painter poles and then goes off to the bumper or off to the front hitch.
Maybe that's what I saw in Quartzsite.
So it just provides another more security for the awning.
Absolutely. Well, you hear all kinds of horror stories about people's awnings blowing down, and and I'm sure plenty of people will have walked by my trailer and been like, "That guy's crazy for having that awning out right now," and especially when we were in Quartzsite.
Yeah,
and I was camped up on the bluff, and plenty of people were like, "That doesn't look very
stable."
But you know what? It worked. It worked just fine. You've got a flagpole for your front Stromberg rack,
right?
And so
I got that at Quartzsite.
Okay.
The flagpole.
Okay.
Okay. And so I figured out just a way of attaching it to the
it's
front
just
rack.
A piece of ABS or something.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's an easy.
Yeah. And then on the exterior of the trailer, was there anything really other than kind of what we've covered that you can think of offhand? Yeah, obviously you have a ton of these clamps, which are super handy.
Yeah.
I've got these in my shop, but I never thought to put any in the trailer.
I've got a whole bunch of those. Those are just from Harbor Freight. Just inexpensive. They come in handy for hanging towels, hanging things, lights.
Here under the awning.
Clipping the awnings.
Right. No, I'm again, you guys can't see it, but right behind Bob is like 20 of these things on the door.
Yeah, you never know. So we use them at night to clean clothes up there. It's just very, very handy to
Did
have.
you add the grab bars on the screen door?
I did. I believe Casita provides those on the newer models now.
Okay.
But no, at the time we had to add the grab bars. We had to add the hitch to the back.
Right. Right. Oh, that's something we didn't talk about that's here on the exterior.
Yeah.
Is you have I think it's probably just a 2-inch receiver that you added, and then you have a cargo box back there.
Yeah.
And that works pretty well.
Oh, that works great. I mean, it holds the mats and all the chalks and
that's definitely an issue that Dana and I struggle with. Is like we have a mat similar to what you guys have, and we always have to do a relay. She stands inside the trailer, and then I hand stuff in.
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of stuff outside of our trailer has to go inside and then has to come back outside.
Yeah.
Where if we had a box like that, it would be a really benefit. That way you're not tracking more dirt. Obviously when you're camping out like this, you're tracking plenty of dirt and stuff in and out of the trailer.
So. But that rack back there got repurposed from when we were tent camping and had it off the back of our car. So anyway, we just kind of reused it.
Yeah, no, and it looks, it made the trip, you had to travel 2 days to get here.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I've seen it in every, over
We've
the last
had it for a while.
year. Yeah. It's, and then not obviously, you have done modifications to the interior of your trailer as well to kind of.
Yeah, our biggest thing is with the Liberty model, we needed to kind of figure out the bed arrangement. Because we didn't want to. The Liberty model has the seats that are only like 24 inches wide. For us, that's a little bit too narrow. So, our arrangement is to kind of set up the back, and we sleep with our heads towards the back, and then we're just sleeping on some thermarest pads that we then fold up at night, and then we just use our sleeping bag quilts and put them in duffels and kind of make a big lounge area in the back during the day.
Sure.
So, but with the Liberty model, you still have the issue where, you don't have a table necessarily.
Right. You probably have the post table we have.
The post tables right in the middle.
Right.
And so, those are always, for us, they were always in the way, or we'd always have to set them up and take them down at night.
Right.
Try to walk around them and all that. So that led me to go ahead and figure out, well, how can I get a Lagoon table?
Right. Right.
Inside,
it just swings out of the way.
Which swings out of the way. And now that's up all the time, and it's very useful, and that's probably one of the better mods that we've made. So.
Yeah, it was interesting. Did you, obviously there are a variety of Lagoon tables out there in kind of the RV world. What kind of drew you to the setup that you currently have, or how did you figure out where you were going to mount it, and that, did you plagiarize it? Did you see somebody else that had that setup?
I did see, because I've ran across a few other people that have the Liberty model that have mounted it in a similar position. Okay.
Yeah.
To where, well, that does make sense. I just kind of made sure, measure once and drill.
Yeah, measure a number of times and drill once.
And really know where you're going to. And my biggest thing is that I really needed to figure out, because the fiberglass is quite weak, I had to figure out a way of, and I've seen it, other people doing it, you've got to put some strength
into the backside, maybe.
In the backside, and you've really got to bolt it to the floor with some angle irons.
Okay.
Okay. So that, because that thing is cantilevering out.
Sure.
And so it needs to have a lot of.
Now, for the actual purchase of the table, do you just go online and purchase one, or did you go to maybe a marine place to get it?
No, you go online to get Lagoon USA.
Oh, okay. So it's a brand name.
It's a brand name. There's knockoffs of it, but I just went with the brand name.
Okay.
And it's just the hardware. You've got to purchase your own tabletop.
Oh.
So.
And how did you go about that?
We initially started with like a 24-inch round blank that you can get at.
Oh, sure. Hardware store.
Yeah. But then I felt, because we had it already from the previous when we mounted it on the center post. so we just repurposed that for a while, and then we kind of used that. I go, well, I think we can make it a little bit bigger, and so I just got some marine plywood and then cut out a larger circle, and then just stained it and finished it. And,
Oh wow, wow!
And so now it's to the size that is comfortable in there. So, and it's still big enough to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that worked out.
It's
quite well.
yeah, because I think I'm going off a year-old memory because you gave a tour at this specific, like this rally last year.
Let's see. Did I have it? I had it. Yeah, I had it then, and I think it had the smaller table.
Yeah,
Slightly smaller. It wasn't much bigger, but it was just enough to where.
The other big modification that a lot of people pay attention to in your trailer is, and it's not it's a DIY situation, but it's the light that you have up around the fan.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what it's called. Is it
They
a
call
chandelier
it
light?
Chandelier light.
Yeah, what a cool idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's, a lot of people do it.
Yeah, it's not uncommon.
Yeah, it's not uncommon, but it really, highly recommend it. It just makes all the difference in the world in getting
Just
light.
to have a basic overhead light.
Yeah, I mean, there's other ways of doing it, I think, now that's, but anyway, just to have an overhead light that kind of lights up everything. Because you got to kind of light up the upper cabinets and things like that.
It's almost like a factory thing, the way you have, the way they install. It looks like it just came with the trailer.
Yeah.
It's not like some of the fairy light situations that you see in people's trailers or, and when we lit our trailer, I put a bunch of extra lighting in mine, but I got actual, RV, LED deals.
Sure.
Fixtures that look factory, basically.
Yeah.
Like the chandelier kind of blends in. I mean, it's super
really does.
functional, but it looks like it should
for those fans.
Yeah.
To go around.
Yeah, and probably Casita's not exactly at the cutting edge of RV manufacturing. The funny thing is, Casita is a brand, and this is especially true of Casita. They don't change a lot of stuff. Like, they're never the first to the market with, upgraded windows or, because you and I have seen a variety of other trailers that are, what's another? Escape. Escape seems to come out of the factory. Like, they are like, we're offering polycarbonate windows now, or we have LED power, or not LED, but what am I struggling here? Lithium battery systems and lithium solar, and some of these things that Casita's not exactly on the forefront of offering some of those options. Have you upgraded your battery or your power?
I did this earlier this year.
Okay, what did you do?
I finally went with the lithium battery, just the 110 amp.
Okay, so it fits in the factory spot.
Fits in the exact factory spot. I went with, but then I had to upgrade and went with all Victron components.
Okay, for like the DC to DC charging off your vehicle?
Went with the DC to DC charger, the solar controller.
Oh, so you have a solar panel?
I don't have it mounted, but it's for the portable solar panel. So
so you can plug it in.
Plug it in there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I upgraded to their charger as well, their AC charger.
Oh,
so I had to take out my original converter,
right?
Which
I think that is lithium compatible.
Mine was not.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Back in the day, it was one of the older kind,
right?
Before they came out with the newer types,
which are pretty solid. The problem I think Bob's referring to is they only charge to about 13.8 volts. Out of the factory converter, the older style like he's describing.
Yeah.
Mine's a 99, so it definitely has lithium. Didn't exist then. But when we installed our lithium battery, I left it in because the old style will charge you to about 80%, and they say when you store the trailer, storing the battery at 80% is less likely to damage anything. So we still have the older converter, but I can see why you would want to be able to charge it 100%.
I was going in there and I was going to just do everything. So
well, in a 100 amp hour battery, if my math, again, this is year-old math that I was doing on ours, a 100 amp hour battery is, I think, 4 times what the lead acid equivalent would be. So you basically have 4 times
you can go down to
0 on a lithium. I mean, theoretically.
Zero, theoretically, but to be safe, 20 to 15% or something. Something like. So yeah, we're going to get more
out of your battery
more
of a
out
similar
the battery.
size.
So,
And
but the biggest thing is that the DC to DC charger seems to be really helping to charge it back up, though, when we're back on the road.
Yeah,
Because
because
it's putting out enough amps to do that.
how big of a DC to DC charger did you do?
I bought their newer one that's out. I forget which.
Okay.
I think it goes up to 30.
Yeah. Most vehicles, like for our specific vehicle,
I've got it back.
back down a little bit.
Back down a little bit
because I know there's a 30 amp fuse. So you just charge off the vehicle out of the 7-pin plug, right?
Correct.
Yeah, you don't have an extra any other plug-ins. No. Yeah, so typically, I think, and I'm not an expert on this, most vehicles will charge up to about 30 amps through that 7-pin connector.
Yeah.
And because I did the same, I bought my DC to DC charger is a Renogy, but it's obviously a competitor. But I specifically got the 30 amp one so that it wouldn't damage the alternator in the take too much power, because that's kind of the downfall of lithium batteries is they'll take as much power in as your vehicle will tolerate. And
so I've dialed it back so that it won't hurt the alternator in the truck. And
and on longer road days it charges up amazingly quick.
Easily. Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, ours does as well. Is there any other mods that you can think of in there? Again, I've only been in your trailer once or twice.
Yeah, that would be kind of the major things. Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean,
yeah, you guys still have the factory refrigerator.
Yeah,
all that.
And it's been running fine. We're not gonna.
Did you do any modifications? Some people will put a fan inside the coil.
No, I haven't had to do anything with it. It looks like it came the way they're doing it now. In terms of it does do a fair amount of heat exchange.
Okay.
I mean, but they're only good. They're not great in hot weather, though. They still can only come down so low, ambient temperature versus what the.
It's a differential. It's not an absolute. And which is at the core of it. Any refrigerators that they just are less capable. So. And obviously, you guys are just traveling the two of you. Yeah. For the most part, I'm sure we both camped with kids at some point, and we did
early in the day.
So these ammonia refrigerators, if you're in and out of that fridge 20 times a day, that's going to be a problem. Where if you leave it closed for the most part, it stays much more efficient. But, and I'm embarrassing Bob now, but he actually helped me. In fact, I think I made a whole video about the propane thing. When we were at Quartzsite, you told me about check the propane lines because our fridge wasn't working properly on propane. And I went back and it wasn't a propane line, but it was the regulator, which could have been a little more critical. So I would have never checked that. And since then, we've kind of had trouble-free motoring with the propane system on the refrigerator.
They do go out. I mean,
Well, and we're going to have to get some extra lines now that you gave me the new advice of carry extra.
We got stranded somewhere when finally the propane regulator went out. So had to make a quick trip into
which is
some local RV place to.
It's weird to have this conversation with you with what I consider to be basically a new Casita, that this would be an issue.
Oh, I know. I would say
ours is 26 years old. I expect stuff to break on it or fail or whatever.
No, I mean that went out within about a year and a half.
Really?
Which was which is like okay, well,
fair enough. Yeah, I'll definitely be stocking up on a spare. At least one spare. You just bought the hose that goes from the regulator to the tank. Yeah, and you just carry that.
If you're going to get one that's if that cracks or the valve leaks or something like that, then I mean,
no, I was like I said, when I started checking that system, I'm looking at these pipes and I was like, it doesn't look like anything's wrong. And then I hooked it all back up and I sprayed it down with soapy water, as you do, to make sure it's not leaking. And all of a sudden, all these bubbles just started coming off the regulator. I was like, I think I found our problem. But no, I really appreciate your time. I think that you don't think so, but people will find this content of value because there's people looking to buy these trailers, and it always helps to get inside somebody's mind of,
Yeah.
you know, how did you ever pick a Casita of all things, or a fiberglass you know, because honestly, Dana and I were looking for a fiberglass trailer when we bought our Casita. Our Casita was available at the time. We could, you know, I was stocking stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and, you know, we could have wound up with a Bigfoot. You know, we knew we wanted a fiberglass trailer. It was unclear at the time what we were going to get. And I'm happy with our purchase. And I think for 2 people, this is kind of an ideal setup.
Perfect size.
You know, you can tow it with almost any car, you know, given certain restrictions and stuff.
Yeah.
I did notice you're using is that a weight distribution hitch on your trailer?
It's the Anderson weight distribution, and I got that through Casita. I think it's maybe the only one they sell. I mean, it's aftermarket. It's very common, but but yeah, that's.
So you didn't tow the trailer and have a bad experience.
No,
I
I just went from day one.
Okay.
I said, I'm just going to get this. I think a lot of people say, well, the truck can handle it without it. So, but no, I didn't get it from.
Yeah, we've towed
from the very
we tow with
beginning.
our 4Runner. We don't have a weight distribution hitch, but it doesn't mean it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. And so you got it for sway control.
That's it, mainly sway control. I don't think it does a lot with weight distribution, like really takes a lot of weight off the back. They say they do, but maybe not as much as the bars do.
Yeah,
you know.
well, and yours is the chain setup.
Yeah.
In an F-150, you know, it's such a, you know, it's a full-size American pickup.
Yeah.
This is well below, I don't know what the tow
Easily.
capacity of a F-150, but what, probably 10, 11,000 pounds.
Yeah,
and this is maybe a third of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, rough numbers.
Yeah.
Trailer's going to be about 3,000 pounds. Tongue weight's 350 to 500.
Yeah. So,
I wasn't going to estimate that high, but yeah, it could be 500 pounds. And did you?
I think ours is, but
yeah. Did you put the electric jack on the front, or did that?
I did. We did not get it at the beginning.
Okay.
And finally, after about 2 years, I went ahead and
just ordered it
and just ordered it. Yeah.
Yeah, we did the same. Well, it
yeah.
It didn't take us 2 years. We had our trailer, and I went camping with a friend, and he was just in one of those A-frame pop-up trailers.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Bzzz." I was like, wait a second. I could figure this out.
Kind of the same thing happened here. It's like, I'm getting...
Yeah.
Let's upgrade this. I think part of it, too, though, we had to make sure that early on in the process, when we had the cranking one, our biggest deal is to make sure that I could have the lift gate drop.
Oh, the tailgate,
Yeah, so there was a different kind of jack that was on there, the manual type, that actually folded down
a
little bit shorter, which just made it
possible.
Clear the tailgate.
Does the tailgate clear your electric?
The tailgate. Yeah, I had to turn the head.
Okay.
Which is common with those.
With that setup.
Yeah, with that setup, you can do that. So. But
I think we're up a creek with ours. The lift gate on the Toyota is going to smack it no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Listen, I really appreciate your taking the time.
Sure.
Again, to walk us through the process. And again, I can't underestimate this in that, you know, when I produce this content, it's important, you know, I do it for my own entertainment first, but other people find value in things that, you know, and you're obviously a very well thought out guy. I don't see you making a misstep, and you know, you're just, you know, I can look around, this is an organized setup, and obviously a lot of thought and care has gone into what you guys have going on here.
Great.
But yeah, I think that's it. If anybody has any questions, feel free to crop up. Again, I am marginal. Bob very obviously is not. Again, I keep getting distracted by this freaking mirror finish you put on this thing. But we're going to shoot a couple clips, hopefully, that I can overlay into this video. Okay. And we will see you again with much more marginal stuff in the hopper. So we'll see you soon. Yeah, we've got the Stromberg rack, which you and I both have.
Yeah, we initially had this mounted down below here before we had the rack.
Mine was as well, yeah.
And so part of the process was figuring out how to get this on here, and then and where to put this. I didn't want to lose this.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so.
Well, and you went up high. Mine hangs down low. I like this setup better.
So, and I didn't want to cut any of the bars. A lot of people do cut these.
Yeah, I have not either, but
Okay.
oh, and mine's taller. Good point, because you went down here.
I flipped
like
it
this.
and went down and went the other opposite direction with the tray. A lot of people put the tray up
And
here,
you
I
didn't have to
believe.
cut the front bar,
Nope.
or just adjust it down.
I just no. There was enough adjustment in this bar also.
Yeah.
Okay, so, so at the time, you know, we had this, and then this was just the leftover 8-foot piece,
Right,
you know,
right.
that made use. So I've got a shorter tube in there, and
What is this?
that's just a 5-inch vinyl fence post that you get at the big box, the store.
Yeah, you know, you could have told me that on the big camera. Holy smokes!
Yeah. So that's all that is. A lot of people do it, you know.
The jacks, we didn't even talk about those. That had to be something you either put on, or did you get it from Casita that way?
Back in the day when in 2018, Casita only had the smaller jacks in the back that kind of folded down.
Yeah.
So that was one of the modifications that we did before we left the factory.
Yeah.
So we had 4 jacks put on all the way around.
Okay. The scissor type.
The scissor type.
Yeah.
We had the hitch put on in the back. And we had these double steps put on.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see the double steps. Again, every time I do a walk around of my trailer, I always forget stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and you've got a tensioning thing there.
Yeah, that was just this rack is from Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
So it was just, you know, one of the.
Yeah.
I made some slight modifications to it. So.
And these are the stakes we were talking about, correct?
Correct.
The
I mean, these are
18-inch
just
concrete.
These are just like concrete stakes.
Sorry, I'm trying to get your paint poles in here too. With the little clippies.
These are just the concrete stakes.
Oh, yeah. Like
Okay.
you put in for forms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Added this little D-ring on the end, or
Yeah.
eye bolt. So
You are so organized. You're making me cry a little bit inside.
anyway,
Because I am not nearly this organized.
so not too much weight back here, but it's on the lighter. Everything's on the lighter side.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
yeah.
maybe the.
Yeah, it's a teeter-totter. We
Yeah.
definitely don't want to overload the rear end of the thing. Yeah, we didn't even talk about the window tint either.
Yeah, we had that done in Texas before we left, because there was a company there that's kind of
Specializes.
specialized.
I've heard
in
about
that.
it.
Yep. Then on the other side, before we go in, and then the sewer part over here. Part of what I there's a gutter that fits inside here.
Inside the 5-inch square tube. Yeah.
Correct. And so I'm able to kind of support the tube that way.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What are you clamping down here?
We had our bath towels out here
Oh,
after we.
you took a shower or whatever, yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I've seen the gutter thing before.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
really
I've just
handy.
got the kind of extendable
Yeah.
one. I mean, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat.
Yeah. Exactly.
But,
exactly. So,
Yeah, let's take a look inside.
Okay. So.
Yeah, fun fact, I've got that camera recording, but it's getting our audio.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So again, all the clips that I use and
And the grab handles.
yeah.
Well, and these, I mean, you can't undersell some of these, like these little hooks here, the command strip hooks.
We've added another grab handle here.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I nearly fall out of your trailer.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a
So
couple
this.
decorations.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the lighting in here is awesome.
Yeah.
In that, again, this light strip. And is this something I can get just on Amazon or something? The chandelier?
Yeah. Sometimes they're in stock, sometimes not. But and then you gotta. I chose to put a manual dimmer switch on this.
Oh wow.
You can actually get a remote one also.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't come with one.
Right.
But there's these add-ons that you put, so you gotta figure that out. So.
In fairly modern Casita cabinets, It's amazing. Like,
these are these are the older style, the wood. I think they've gone back to it as an option again, wood or gray.
this wood finish here.
Yeah. But
it's because R99 has the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 26 years old, and could they be better? Yes, but they're holding up just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I do like these little cubbies that you've got clipped up here too.
Yeah.
These.
Here, get Little House Customs.
Okay, makes that.
Or gets them from another guy that produces these, but they sell these, so they're just
okay.
I think they still have them. So
yeah.
Anyway, these are extra little.
Oh yeah, because you can't have too much stuff.
Yeah.
And this is the Lagoon table we were talking about.
Yeah. So our biggest thing here is again, I was talking about earlier that we bring the bedding out this way.
Sure.
Okay. We bring out this part here.
Okay.
Bring one of our cushions back here.
Down here, yeah.
So we're able to sleep with our heads this way.
And then your thermarest and stuff is comfy enough to...
And then my wife sleeps on that side, and her feet fit underneath the table, okay? And then I'm on this side, so...
Oh, nice.
So that works out really well. And then we're able to just... This is the original table that we never used.
Right,
so,
right.
But then have storage underneath and whatnot, so... but yeah, the Lagoon table, then when we're sitting here...
Yeah.
Okay. We can kind of hear, and this will drop down.
If you need to.
Yeah, we'll drop it down during... But this is great during the it goes all the way over for prep, for kitchen, work
absolutely.
And all that, so...
It's, like I said, it just caught my eye last year.
And it totally gets out of the way.
When you need it to.
Yeah, and it just...
I got to say, the finish on the plywood, that's almost like an oak plywood.
It's just an oak stain, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it was. And
no, it really...
I think it's birch plywood, but it's just an oak stain on it.
Okay.
So, so this just locks into place. And
so I'm guessing the complicated part of this whole arrangement was what you had to do behind here. And you don't have to pull it up, but you did provide some bracing.
You can take a picture of that if you want.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to see.
Uh-oh, now we're getting into the belly of the beast here. I say that facetiously because everything Bob owns is labeled and in its own little thing.
So you can kind of see it down inside there.
Okay.
Maybe. There's some bracing in there that's really...
robust.
And that's bolted to the floor. Mm-hmm. And I've got an angle iron going this way and this way.
Yeah.
And so it's... because this thing is not moving.
No. Well, and like you said before when we were outside, this fiberglass is cool and it's very durable for its intended purpose. But if you start screwing stuff to it, then it's not structural at all.
Exactly. So,
or certainly not the fiberglass interior stuff here.
Yeah, so you got to be careful with it. So, but this thing is.
Oh yeah, it's not going in.
It's pretty. It's
if you're not sitting on it or so abusing it or whatever, it's going to be just great.
So
no, I love this arrangement. All right.
What else in here? I don't know.
TV
goes underneath during
when you're traveling.
Yeah.
It's what a comfortable little environment. Nice little. When the weather's bad, you can swing in here and
and we're just
really spend some
lounging
time
in here and
I like the. I love the setup.
Yeah.
I love these trailers because I don't know if you have any experience with older RVs. You come into an old RV especially, and you get that smell. That's not what I'm experiencing right now. This thing is, it's
we
awesome.
cook in here all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we really do.
Well, and I like to think ours is, in spite of us having a dog.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have any problems inviting you into ours and worry about you going home and being like, well, Sally, they're they really stink. But no, I love the
my upgrade on the you can't see it in there, but that's where the
converter goes.
And then all the other electronics is underneath. on a panel that I put against the wall.
Oh, okay. Under here, under the cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, obviously ours is, this part's over here,
Yeah.
kind of ish.
Yeah.
But no, I love it, man. I love that. And I really appreciate you hanging out with me and giving me this brief little
yeah.
tour. Hopefully I can cut it into something
Sure.
that's going to be...
I don't know, nothing in the bathroom really. So.
All right. So yeah, we'll just have a conversation. Go ahead and say something, Bob.
Hello, welcome to my casita. Hey, do you want me to, you want to sit, what side do you want to sit on?
I'm going to sit on opposite you. Okay. Or I could sit in your lap, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, this is going to be...
We'll kind of be looking at each other kind of thing.
Yep.
So.
And we'll get to listen to the chimes.
Oh, we can take those down.
Just for a second.
Here, I'll do this.
Okay. Yeah, they weren't nearly this loud this morning.
There. We don't need the stuff in the background, do we?
Oh, this rocks even.
Yeah.
You guys are like uptown. You got all the fancy stuff here.